6 p.m. and we are bringing you news bulletin from our studios on the John Evans Mills High Street in Accra. Today happens to be International Women's Day and we are wishing all women, especially women in Adoa TV and all our lovely and cherished viewers who watch Adoa TV. We are saying that in this world, if you want someone to say something, it is a man you call. And if you want someone to do something or take an action, a woman is sought after. And this is to tell you that women play pivotal roles in our society, in the economy, impacting our homes. It's International Women's Day, and this is how we are wishing every woman out there, empowering every woman out there that we can always do better and we can change the narrative. Just as the theme goes, we are breaking the bias. And so this is what we are saying, and it's Wakanda forever. We'll go on a quick break. We'll return shortly with our bulletin for tonight.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
You're welcome back, and these are top stories for tonight. For the people of Tamale, yesterday, Monday, 7th March 2022, was bad news as the Dakbema Palace was under siege, and per reports, many of the chiefs and elders in the palace at the time of the attack have sustained various degrees of injuries. Now, today is International Women's Day, and the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana has urged women in Ghana and the world at large to forge through all manner of gender stereotyping and making it to the top of the ladder of social relevance. And still to come, cement prices are expected to shoot from 50 cities to 55 cities by next week. We'll bring you details of these and some other parliamentary stories. Don't forget we are streaming live on Facebook Adoa TV Ghana, YouTube Adoa TV GH. I am Anastasia Baddoo, and to the principal story for tonight. The Vice President of the Republic, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana has hinted on government's plans of digitalizing its flagship program from the school feeding program. This venture, according to the former governor for the central bank, will ensure that resources invested into this program is used judiciously.
Said, pervading our discourse. When you bring up an idea, they immediately tell you it is not possible. When we talked about free SHS, they said it was 419. When I talked about mobile money interoperability to make the mobile money account interoperable with the bank account, which had never been done anywhere in Africa. And I didn't even know any country in the world that had done it. But when we said Ghana needs to do it because we need to bring everybody into the financial system, they said it was not possible. When we talked about the digital address system for Ghana, it was ridiculed. Drones to deliver medical supplies, it was ridiculed. Said it was impossible. When we talked about the Ghana card becoming an e-passport, we're told it was not possible. But when you put your mind to it, you have to reach for the stars. You shouldn't be guided by an impossibility mindset. It can be possible. Today in Ghana, we have done many things over the last 5 years that we haven't done in our history for 60 years after independence. Today, we have a national ID card, which we have been struggling to get for 60 years. Today, for the first time in our history, the whole of Ghana has an address system, a digital address system, which we have been struggling for 60 years to get. When we brought it, they said it was not possible. Today, Ghana is the first country in the world, in Africa, and one of the few in the world to have mobile money interoperability. They don't even have it in the United States. Today, we have the fastest growing mobile money market in Africa. And today, over 90% of the adult population of Ghana either has a bank account or a mobile money account. We have moved from around 40% to 90%. Today, over 80% of adults in Ghana have a tax identification number. In 2016, it was only 4%. Today, it is 85%. Today, we apply for passports online, digitally. Driver's licenses application is online now. Today, you can apply for scholarships online. You can buy electricity units on your mobile phone. You can renew your NHIS insurance membership on your mobile phone. There's a paperless clearing of your goods at the ports, reducing corruption. Yes, and the Ghana card can be used as a travel document to come into Ghana from abroad. Today, we are using drones to deliver medicines, blood, and vaccines across the country. Next week, I'm going to launch the new drone center that will serve Afram Plains and the Volta region, another one in Kitakrachi to serve Oti and the Savannah regions. Ghana, our own country, Ghana, today, I'm so proud. We are the world's largest drone medical delivery service. Ghana is leading in the world. The whole world. And this company we are working with, Zipline, was just given last month or two a contract by the United States government to come and do that work in the United States. We are leading the world, and people are coming to recruit our young men and women who are into the drone technology. We have launched, and we are about one of the few countries in the world, we are launching a national e-pharmacy where you can sit at your home and order any drug from any pharmacy, and it will be delivered for you at home. We are Next month, ladies and gentlemen, we are digitizing the school feeding program. And next month, I will launch, we looked at it last week, it's all set. Next month, we will launch a digitized school feeding program. We will know every school in the country, every day, if you feed them rice and beans, we will know. How many students you have fed, we will know. There will be no room for kululu in the school feeding program after we launch this program next month. We are doing so much for the first time, and we need to understand that we are changing this country. We are transforming this country. Let nobody tell us that we cannot do it. One ambassador told me very recently that the things we are doing in Ghana, even in their advanced country, they are not able to do it. Because the thing for us is that we are coming late into the game. So we are able to leapfrog a lot of systems.
The 82nd meeting of the Executive Committee of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Africa region has commenced discussion on how to strengthen cooperation among Commonwealth member states on the continent to address the devastating impact of COVID-19 pandemic, economic and democratic institutions. Delivering the keynote address, the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia laid emphasis on the need for African countries to have a well-structured COVID-19 recovery program.
The Executive Committee of the CPA Africa region is the highest organ with the fundamental responsibility of leading the association on the continent of Africa to promote knowledge of the constitutional, legislative, economic, social and cultural aspects of parliamentary democracy. The meeting, which commenced right after this preliminary function, will discuss measures that a contemporary Commonwealth nation on the African continent should adopt to transform its societies in line with the Commonwealth values of democracy, multilateralism, sustainable development and empowerment of women and youth. Delivering the keynote address on behalf of the President, the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia stated that we cannot lose sight of the fact that Africa continues to be the weakest link in the world of economic order.
The GDP of Africa is about $2.7 trillion. And this makes Africa, as one economy, the fifth largest economy in the world. However, we must not lose sight of the fact that Africa continues to be the weakest link in the world economic order. Intra-African trade, the convergence of our currencies, at least on the sub-regional basis, and the easing of national border restrictions, open skies policies, are some of the ways we can create more homogeneous political and economic units for our economies. It is in this regard that I consider the opportunity offered by the AFCFTA very unique for us to begin to adopt policies to vigorously promote trade amongst ourselves. This agenda, if well pursued, will not only boost Africa's trading position in the global market, but also strengthen Africa's common voice and policies space in global trade negotiations, a key factor which appears to be missing in our engagement in world trade and economic order.
The Vice was of the view that now more than ever, African countries need to have a well-structured COVID-19 recovery programs looking at the negative impact of COVID-19.
The COVID-19 pandemic has brought in its wake many challenges with economic and political implications. Not unexpectedly, countries in Africa bore the brunt of these challenges. Current vaccine wars are unfortunately not helping matters. It is our aim to get our people vaccinated and have boosters administered to them while we fervently hope for permanent solutions in the immediate future. Now more than ever before, African countries need to be well-structured, need to have well-structured COVID-19 recovery programs with a clear focus on economic diversification and competitiveness, acceleration of human capital development in collaboration with local industries and tertiary institutions, structural reforms to reposition the private sector-led growth at the forefront, and increasing domestic revenue mobilization and improving the quality of public expenditure by introducing greater transparency and accountability.
On the issue of what role CPA can play in resolving critical issues facing its member states, he said,
"As representatives of the varied and diverse people of the African continent, I can only urge you to strengthen your constructive engagements with respective parliaments in support of their governments for lasting solutions to the myriad of issues confronting our citizenry. While we continue to make major strides at the political, economic, and socio-cultural front on the continent, there remain concerns about general decline in democratic governance, with indications of a reversal or subversion of some democratic principles such as freedom of speech, freedom of association, general respect for the rule of law, free and fair elections, and peaceful transfer of democratic power from one regime to another."
Meanwhile, the Vice President, while delivering the keynote address, he spoke in pursuant to the celebration of the 2022 International Women's Day. According to him, practices which affect women, children, and marginalization in society should no longer be considered as economic or social issues, but as issues that have direct correlations with democratic governance.
Practices that affect women and children and the marginalized in society should no longer be considered as economic or social issues, but as issues that have direct correlations with democratic governance. It is a democratic imperative that we promote the representation of women and the marginalized in governance. The 2020 data tells us that women are 50.1% of the population of Africa. Mr. Speaker, it is heartwarming to note that the trend of underrepresentation of women in legislatures is changing across the globe and must be sustained.
Despite these modern gains, the Vice President again was of the view that we should not relent on our efforts to ensure increased representation and participation of not only women but all vulnerable groups.
According to the Inter-Parliamentary Union, the year 2020 was marked by continued gradual progress for women in Parliament, recording 0.6% increase despite the unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic and its impact. The global average for the proportion of women in Parliament reached an all-time high of 25.5%. Women won 22.6% of all seats up for renewal in 2020 in 701 chambers across 57 countries. Women took 22.9% of the unicameral or lower chamber seats up for renewal and 21.6% of the upper chamber seats. Mr. Speaker, despite these modest gains, we should not relent in our efforts to ensure increased representation and participation of not only women, but all vulnerable groups in order to make democratic governance and more effective of the social strata more reflective of the social strata of society. The countries that subscribe to the first past the post system, including Ghana, where women and other marginalized people are underrepresented, must interrogate their constitutions to find the rightful solutions to increase women representation in Parliament.
The first Deputy Speaker, Joseph Osei Owusu, also given a speech on behalf of the Right Honourable Speaker, lamented on the frequent discrimination against women which keeps rising.
While there is increasing evidence globally that more women than ever are being elected to parliament, the issue of equality is still a long way off as progress is far too slow. In our continent, it's evident that most parliaments are still heavily male-dominated, contrary to the ideals of the mission of the CPA African region. For instance, in the current 8th Parliament of Ghana, out of the 275 members, only 40 females are members of parliament. In a country where about 51% of the population are females, this is a gross injustice to our female counterparts. We are aware of the bottlenecks and we must confront these bottlenecks. Discrimination and cultural beliefs that limit women's role in society, balancing private, family and political life, gaining support from political parties, and securing campaign funding are some of the factors limiting women entry into the legislature.
He hence called on the CPA to address factors hindering massive women participation.
The CPA African region should pay closer attention to the issues limiting women participation in governance in its deliberations. We need to address this inequality by putting in place adequate legal and policy frameworks to provide a level playing field for both women and men. These are matters that must be part of the discussions of the Executive Committee of the CPA African region.
The parishioners of Holy Gabriel Anglican Church of the Anglican Diocese of Accra at Kotobabi, as part of Ghana's 65th independence anniversary, marked it with a traditional Eucharistic service last Sunday, 6th March 2022. The parish priest, Reverend Father Reginald Odate Lossing, spoke to Adoa News on the reason for this unique service and the need to rekindle our patriotism to our dear nation Ghana as citizens.
Today marks the 65th independence of our great nation, Ghana. And it happens on a Sunday after every 6 years. So way back in December, we agreed as a church that for once, let's contextualize our service. Let's come into the African-Ghanaian context. Let's have a feel of what our blood speaks of. And God being so good, it falls on a Sunday. So we plan that on Sunday, let's go very traditional. Let's break away from the norm, first Sunday of Lent, and follow the ritual and do that which also is in our ritual book. So basically, that's what we did, and it's been wonderful to us. As a church, we have the adult service, and then we break in to have the children's service. Normally, we keep them off what is happening. Then suddenly, out of the blue, we think they can fit into the main service. But we feel that no, there are occasions as this that the children must be run through every part of the service so they know what is going on, become part and parcel of their motherland, and then also rehearse how to take up leadership in the future. So seeing them rehearse and do the anthem was to tell them first and foremost, you are a Ghanaian, you must live as a Ghanaian and let your trait as a Christian show as a Ghanaian. So we had this service as a joint service where all of them came on board and they had to feature fully in the service, not to be left out. Let me reiterate again that you are first a Ghanaian, you belong to a tribe, before affiliating yourself to any political party. The parties will come and go, but the Ghanaian in you will never go out. So when you hold on as the Ghanaian trait, the Ghanaian born, the Ghanaian who must be patriotic, then we can grow our nation again. Nobody can come and grow the nation for us. Nobody can be as committed as yourself as a Ghanaian. And so it is my humble prayer and petition that we not just be there and celebrate 65th anniversary of independence, but we take the task from the grassroots, tell ourselves that this is where we belong, grow our nation again, and believe in ourselves, then we can have the fortitude to celebrate upon. I pray also that all of us will come back to our land and hold each other up as a brother and sister, and together march forward as Ghanaians, nothing but Ghanaians.
Tamale Dakbema, who happens to be the fetish priest of Tamale, Nabe Wafuseni, has been attacked in the early hours of Monday at his palace. 4 persons sustained several degrees of gunshots during the incident at the Dakpema Palace. Nuruddin Ibrahim has been speaking to some elders at the palace and has filed this report.
Fetish priest of Tamale, Naabawa Fusaini, has been attacked by some unknown assailants in the early hours of Monday, while several others who were in the palace at the time of the attack have sustained various degrees of injuries. The chief is currently responding to treatment at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. According to sources, this may be linked to the current chieftaincy dispute in the northern region over who is the paramount chief of Tamale. Some paramount chiefs in the Tamale metropolis, including Gupeguna, Shagiriguna, Benvud Lana and Shoguna, have on several occasions cautioned the Tamale Dokpema to stop using talking drums at his palace since he is not the chief of Tamale. But, according to sources, the fetish priest has not heeded to this. According to the chiefs, per the traditions of Dagbon, a fetish priest do not have the right to play talking drums at their palace. Chief Musa Adam, who is the entertainment chief of Tamale, Dakpema, told journalists that the attackers invaded the palace with a pickup vehicle and randomly shot at the palace. He urged the Ghana Police Service to investigate and bring the perpetrators to book. Chief Musa admonished the youth of Tamale to exercise restraint and allow the security agency to take up the matter.
We were there at all of a sudden, and some gunmen attacked the palace. And as you can see, we show you some of the places the bullets have touched at the palace. And I don't want to talk much for now, but we are only asking the police and the government to take a serious investigation into this matter, so that there will not be further consequences. So that is what a lot of damage, because you yourself you have witnessed what happened at the palace. So 2 boys are already at the hospital. They were inside the room when the bullets penetrated and had them. And a lot of bad things has happened, but we are not yet to disclose what happened. But we know that there is law in this country. There's law in this country, and the law must take its full cost to ensure that a serious and thorough investigation is done on this matter to prevent further consequences. We don't want to talk much for now. We are told that one of the funders. For now, no, I can't confirm that.
On the part of the police, Superintendent Bernard Baba Nanga, the acting public relations officer of the Ghana Police Service in the Northern Region, said the police responded to a distress call about the incident and made it to the scene as soon as possible. He revealed that the chief is in a stable condition. According to him, the police have declared a manhunt for 15 persons who are allegedly linked to the attack.
Our attention was drawn to a shooting incident at the Kema Palace, in which we had information that the chief was hit among 5 others. So we quickly mobilized, proceeded to the place. Our 9 duty men who were on patrols heard the gunshot. They quickly moved to the area, and when they got there, the people had already left the scene. And we saw bullet holes on the palace, and we quickly moved to the Tamale Teaching Hospital to visit the injured persons. When we got there, we met Jakama with 3 others who were being admitted just at that hour. The chief is in stable condition, apart from 3 others. 1 sustained gunshot wounds in the thigh, the other one the chest, and then the arm. There's also a chief, a sub-chief, who is currently being treated elsewhere as we speak. So that's exactly what happened. We are declaring manhunt for 15 people who were on board a white Toyota Hilux vehicle who perpetrated this crime.
Meanwhile, the Northern Regional Minister Alhaji Shani Alhassan Saibu says there is an easy calm in the Northern Regional capital, Tamale. He says the peace of the town is threatened with a frequent eruption of armed violence. The latest gun attack on the Dakbema Palace on Monday dawn left 5 people with injuries, including the chief.
The situation on the area, Alhaji Sani said the town is tense up. According to him, peace is threatened and they cannot pretend. There is calm, but it's an easy calm. He said he cannot say there is absolute calm. We are receiving people because we do not want things to escalate, but Tamale is tense. The Dakwe Manaf Husseini Bawa and 4 others were reportedly shot on Monday morning. According to reports, this follows the Dakwe Makarin himself as the chief of the area. It is said that the incident took place after the talking drum was beaten in the palace on Monday morning, an action that signifies that the Dakwema is the chief of the area. 15 armed men on board a Toyota Hilux pickup vehicle were said to have attacked the Dakwema Palace, leaving 5 people injured. The 5 who are on admission at the Tamale Teaching Hospital are said to be in stable condition. Speaking to the media, the Northern Regional Crime Officer Superintendent Bernard Baba Ananga said the police are treating the incident as a crime. We have also made some deployment of policemen at the Chief's Palace as well as some protection for those that are injured. This one is being investigated and we are pursuing this as a crime. We are not attributing it to anybody yet as investigations are still ongoing. These are the initial stages and we had come up appropriately to give you details, he said.
Our attention was drawn to a shooting incident at the Kema Palace, in which we had information that the chief was hit among 5 others. So we quickly mobilized, proceeded to the place. Our 9 duty men who were on patrols heard the gunshot. They quickly moved to the area, and when they got there, the people had already left the scene. And we saw bullet holes on the palace, and we quickly moved to the Tamale Teaching Hospital to visit the injured persons. When we got there, we met Jakama with 3 others who were being admitted just at that hour. The chief is in stable condition. Apart from 3 others, 1 sustained gunshot wounds in the thigh, the other one the chest, and then the arm. There's also a chief, a sub-chief, who is currently being treated elsewhere as we speak. So that's exactly what happened. We are declaring manhunt for 15 people who were on board a white Toyota Hilux vehicle who perpetrated this crime, and we are looking out for them.
Meanwhile, the Northern Regional Minister Haji Sani Ahassan Shaibu has also confirmed that 3 of the victims have already been discharged, while the Dakpema and 1 other were in stable condition and responding positively to treatment. The police say they have commenced investigations into the shooting, though the identities of the armed men are yet to be known. The 5 people who sustained the injuries included the Dakpema, Nabawa Husseini. Bloodstains and bullet penetrations were visible marks of the attack on the palace. Discharged cartridges and a bent motorbike were also found at the scene. There have been issues of supremacy between the Dakpema Palace and Gokwena Palace over who is the chief of Tamale for some time now, but Sani Ahassan Shaibu has urged the traditional council in Dagbon to quell the tensions.
Away from the northern region, about 50% of Ghana's working economy per data and statistics are women, who form a large part of the core spine that holds Ghana's economy. Women continue to make huge strides in different endeavors and are said to be the backbone of our economy because they make significant contributions that aid in the development of the country. From Fatia, the famous first lady, to the incumbent Rebecca, women are as pivotal as the oak tree from which mankind was created according to Greek mythology. As we recognize women and their contributions to build our society, Adoa TV's Letitia Nimo Brago's report elaborates the essence of women in our society.
Women account for approximately 50% of the labor force and are found in almost all kinds of economic activities in agriculture, industries, and services. They are known to be the main actors in Ghana's micro, small, and medium enterprises sector. According to the Ghanaian's SMS sector, women hold a huge weight. To the World Bank, 44% of micro, small, and medium enterprises owned by Ghanaian women. Apart from Uganda, Ghana has the most women entrepreneurs in Africa. The 2019 Mastercard Index establishes that women create an enabling environment for easy development. According to data released by the index, women are free from bias. They are likely to succeed on the basis of merits and ability.
Interesting. I think that when you look at, first of all, is our population, that women create a chunk of gender in terms of male and female perspective in this country. And any sector of the economy that you enter, they are there. When you even take the formal sector, enter into any bank at all, the more people you see, the women. Even in our space as journalists, the media space, women are more. Now, pick a stroll to the streets of Okanshi, Mokola, the informal sector. Women dominate the place.
Well, I think women, deserve to be celebrated. So if today is marked as International Women's Day, I think it's worth it. Yeah, our moms deserve to be celebrated. So I think it's a good thing for me. Yeah.
So women play a very significant role in Ghana's economy, and their impact can be felt both from the formal and informal sectors of the economy. Looking from the field of agriculture, we all know the role agriculture plays in our economy, contributing about 50% of our GDP. And if you look at the latest FAO report, it shows that women occupy about 30% of the farm hands on various agricultural fields, especially in Ghana.
I think that I won't talk about opportunities. They've already been given. And my urge to all women out there is they should keep pushing. They should keep pushing for, not for them to be seen, but they should keep pushing in making the world a better place. I feel strongly that we can never have a good world without the presence of women. We can never have the world where it is without the activities or the contributions women make in making the world a better place.
Women are very dear, not to only us men, but to God. So, and then even the Bible talks about a good woman builds the home and a bad one destroys it. So if you're a woman, I would say you should be the person who build a home, not the one who destroys it. As a woman, you should cherish yourself because you mean a lot to the society. Because they say when it comes to women makes nation, but men stand for their own. So as a woman, you should respect yourself, and then you should know that you deserve for people to respect you as well. That is what I have to say.
Our women advice. My advice to women is that they should believe in themselves. They should believe in themselves. We all know how much women are blessed with wisdom, and then we all know how much strength women have, be it physical, be it emotional, and then even strength spiritually. But more often than not, we have women who, for one reason or the other, seem not to be confident in themselves, and this makes them tend to fall for little things instead of targeting or
And once again, we are wishing all women across the country a happy International Women's Day. We are encouraging every woman out there to keep doing amazingly and specifically to always impact the society or wherever we find ourselves. This is the evening news bulletin at 6 p.m. We'll go for a quick turn and business follows shortly.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
You're welcome back from the break to the business segment. And the price of a 50-kilo bag of cement is expected to be increased from the current 50 cedis to 55 Ghana cedis per bag from next week. Adoa Business is also learning that the product's price outside Accra will hit 60 Ghana cedis. Sources say the increment can be linked to the depreciating Ghana cedis, recent hikes in transport fares, and the Russian-Ukraine war, which has affected the movement of logistics and transporting some of the raw material from abroad for local production. The development may impact house prices in the short term and the personal budget of many individuals who are currently putting up houses in the country. Manufacturers have in recent times pushed for the government to take a second look at the taxes on the inputs and charges at ports, but this didn't get the needed attention from the government. And now away from that, as Ghana joins the world in commemorating International Women's Day, an annual event held on March 8 to celebrate the achievements of women, the Women in Cybersecurity Global has launched its West Africa affiliate here in Accra with the aim of raising awareness on cybercrime and online safety. The launch saw the gathering of dignitaries from the Ministry of Communications, the Cybersecurity Authority, and other seasoned cybersecurity professionals at the Accra Digital Center.
Community of women, male allies and advocates who are dedicated to bring talented women together to celebrate and foster their passion and drive for cybersecurity has launched the West Africa affiliate. Women in Cybersecurity West Africa affiliate was honored to have a representative from the Ministry of Communications, the Cybersecurity Authority, and seasoned cybersecurity professionals to grace the occasion. Speaking to Adoa News, Mrs. Olainka Najama Wilson Kofi, president of the Women in Cybersecurity West Africa affiliate, explained that the establishment of the West African affiliate was a bold effort to institutionalize and develop Ghana with a robust cybersecurity ecosystem.
The WISE's West Africa affiliate, that wasn't the main idea. We wanted to do a Ghana affiliate, so a few ladies came together with the help of Francisca Opoku-Boateng, and then we applied for it globally. And then when the application went, they realized it could be bigger, so we can have a regional affiliate instead of a just country affiliate or a national one. So instead of getting a Ghana affiliate, we got the WISE's West Africa affiliate, where we can bring other African countries, but Ghana will be the mother country of it. And then the aim was to look for ladies, students who are very passionate about cybersecurity to come together, because our representation is very low. It was a bit easy for us, especially some of us who have been in the industry for long, because I was a member of ISACA. I am in the industry. I know a few people in other big firms in Ghana, in IT firms. So it was a call away. It was a post on LinkedIn. It was a post on Facebook. Are you passionate about cybersecurity? And then you get ladies, students, men were just coming to us and saying, oh yeah, I'm interested. And then we'll take you through the process. So, social media has really helped to increase our coverage. Let me just put it that way. Yeah. So it is very true. Cybersecurity is really not really taught as a course in the university. Most of the time, it's information security as a course. It's just part of a main course. So as we do have student chapters. So we call the student ones chapters, and then we call the national ones affiliates. So for our programs, we intend to have our presence in the various universities in Ghana. We currently have one in Rwanda, even though it's not in our affiliate, but we've set it up. We have the Accra Technical University chapter, where we are bringing the ladies together, and then we are starting one in Central University, and then we intend to go to Ashesi, and then the rest of the African, the Ghanaian universities. We already have two universities in Nigeria who are covered. So it's a progress. We are doing it country by country. And in Ghana, when it comes to cybersecurity, it is not as low as people think. People know about it. It's not now that you're going to tell somebody, oh, cybersecurity is this. People know about it, but they don't know how to go about it. If I want to be in cybersecurity, what do we do? So for us, we want to be the career path. So which is going to be the career path for people who wants to even transition from any other industry into cybersecurity. So that's our plan. It's part of the agenda. That's why we had high-profile dignitaries today, so that we would know that we have all the support, the mentors, and all that to guide us.
The Chief Executive Officer of Innovari, CK Bruce, justified his support for women.
The men, it is expected. For the women, it makes more difference, you see. So for the women, they are lagging behind. They are reluctant to be part of engineering, technology. There's always that need to encourage women to be in technical fields. And to be honest, from my experience, when women, the women I have engaged within cybersecurity, they are exceptional. They are exceptional. I have 4 of them working within my company, and they are my leaders. You see, so to me, women, because of the way they think, the way they approach things, and the importance of having a sound mind, so they are well placed to be very good cybersecurity professionals, and there's ample evidence to support that. The young people need to understand that there's a career here. There's at the moment, once you are qualified, you will get a job. It is that great. There's a dire need for cybersecurity professionals. So the opportunity is huge. So it is definitely something that we cannot overemphasize, that we need more women, okay, more women to come, more people, but more women, okay, because to be honest, when the women are there, then you also get it becomes exciting, it becomes interesting, and then it will grow the profession. We need to grow the profession in Ghana.
Participants shared their satisfaction.
I really enjoyed it. I had a little interest. Now my interest has been heightened, and I'd like more of these in the coming years.
Basically, my lecturer, Miss Paul, she was the one who introduced me to this thing. I was a little reluctant, but I'm so glad I finally came, because I met a lot of great women, and then they've empowered me. So I think the lunch has been very successful, and I enjoy being here because I've taken a lot from it, and it's going to encourage me to do more and excel in the area of cybersecurity.
Now, in some other stories, the Affirmative Action Bill, which is currently before Parliament, is back in the news again as Ghana joins the rest of the world to mark the International Women's Day with the theme Breaking the Bias. Regardless of several commitments by heads of state in ensuring the passage of the bill, it's yet to be materialized. The Member of Parliament for Ketu, Honorable Jefa Gomashi, has expressed worry over the situation and is urging Parliament to ensure a speedy passage of the bill. The Affirmative Action Bill seeks to encourage efforts towards addressing socio-cultural, political, economic and educational gender imbalances in private and public sectors in accordance with Clause 4 of Article 17 of the 1992 Constitution.
The Speaker of Parliament during the opening of the second meeting of the first session of the 8th Parliament made a firm commitment to see to the passage of the Affirmative Action Bill into law. During the time he said that, although there were a number of bills pending before the House for consideration, the Speaker, Right Honorable Alban Sumana Bagben, said the most critical among the bills that needed immediate consideration was the Affirmative Action Bill, which is also before the Cabinet. However, it is yet to happen. Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for Ketu South, Jefa Gomashi, has bemoaned the delay of the passage of the bill. According to her, it's been long overdue.
Affirmative Action Bill is long overdue. I think every year we talk about it and then we go to sleep. We talk about it and then we go to sleep. And what happened to the question about quotas? What happened to that? What happened to supporting women so that they can contest? Because it's also about economic power. I couldn't be here as a member of Parliament if I didn't have the support that I got from the male figures who were in my life. My late husband, my father, my big brother. If they were not there for me, I'm not sure that I could have done it alone.
Speaking exclusively to Adoa News, she noted it's about time women are given the necessary support to ensure they equally occupy political offices.
So there has to be politically a decision by all the parties to give some support, tangible support to women, and stop playing the lip service. I mean, I'm really exhausted from hearing, and yes, our women will do well, and our women are not corrupt. So if they're not corrupt, why are you not voting for them? And also the fact that I mean, of course, anything you're doing that hasn't been done before by gender or by someone is difficult. But once it's been done elsewhere, I'm sure that we can learn from that. We're learning too slowly how to allow women the space for them to maneuver. Rwanda, out of a war situation, have embarrassed us. Rwanda has snapped out, have risen like the phoenix out of the ashes, and see how many women they have in their parliament, in their governance structure. They are not alone. Why are we celebrating we are the first to do this and the first to do that? Why can't we be the first to have 90% of women in parliament?
The Affirmative Action Bill seeks to encourage efforts towards addressing social, cultural, political, economic, and educational gender imbalances in private and public sectors in accordance with Clause 4 of the 1992 Constitution, Article 17. Its objective is to promote a progressive increase and active participation of women in public life from a minimum of 30% to a minimum of 50% by 2030, in line with the requirements of the Sustainable Development Goals. The Affirmative Action Bill, when passed into law, will also ensure that a critical number of women are in key positions in governance and public life and in decision-making spaces that will improve the lives of women generally and will also lead to consequential changes in existing laws and policies to improve the lives of women.
Now let's do some sports. And world number 3 Alexander Zverev faces an 8-week ban from tennis if he repeats the behavior which led to his expulsion from the Mexican Open. In February, the Olympic champion was fined $40,000 and forfeited all his prize money for striking the umpire's chair in Acapulco. The 24-year-old German will be banned if he commits another similar offense within 12 months of the incident. Similar offenses include unsportsmanlike behavior and verbal or physical abuse of anyone at a tournament. As well as an 8-week ban, Zverev has been handed a $25,000 fine. The biggest penalty in men's tennis to date was a 16-week suspended ban given to Australian Nick Kyrgios in 2019 for verbally abusing a chair umpire and smashing 2 rackets. The ref has until 11th March to appeal against the decision. That's unfortunate, but well, this is where we close the curtains on the evening news bulletin. We stream live on Facebook, Adoa TV Ghana, YouTube, Adoa TV GH. My name is Anastasia Baddoo. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Do have a good evening.